Hi, welcome to this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our picks and your picks, it's going to be another profitable day for you. NFL Week 13 Sunday slate. Tons of games in here, obviously, for us to get going on this one here. So we will get started. First game up on the slate, Dolphins Commanders. The line has jostled around a bit, but Commanders now a 9-point home dog, 49 total in this particular matchup. Here's the thing. The Dolphins at home, I think, are good for probably 34 points in this game, but I also think the Commanders are probably going to help them out with a turnover or two. Dolphins, Tua has been throwing a pick here or there as well. I think the Dolphins have a really good shot at covering this game. I think there's just going to be more points than probably anything else, especially from the Dolphins side. Their defense has been playing well, but losing Jalen Phillips with the Achilles tear could be, it's probably going to be a big loss for them pass rusher-wise. So we like this game. We're going to stay away from, actually, I think, a side on this particular matchup, but we are going to play the totals and then the Dolphins team total. So we'll get into this. Brian Robinson over 12.5 receiving yards. Sam Howell over 38.5 pass attempts. Sam Howell over 263.5 pass yards. Tua over 279.5 pass yards. Sam Howell to throw an interception. Dolphins over 14.5 team total first half and over 29.5 points for the game. Tua, which I know this line's went up, over 97.5 receiving yards. Expect Tua to, Tyreek, over 97.5 receiving yards. Would not shock me if he has another 150 receiving yard day. Like I said, we also like to over here, over 9.5 total first quarter, over 24.5 total first half, and over 49.5 total for the game. So in that Commanders and Dolphins game, we're going to get going with Brian Robinson over 12.5 receiving yards. Sam Howell over 38.5 pass attempts. Sam Howell over 263.5 pass yards. Tua over 279.5 pass yards. Sam Howell to throw a pick. Dolphins over 14.5 team total first half and over 29.5 points team total for the game. Tyreek Hill over 97.5 receiving yards. And then the over 9.5 total first quarter, over 24.5 total first half, and over 49.5 total for the game. And that line looks like it's went down to 49 as well, so you can get it even cheaper. I think you're going to play somewhere in the 50s there, 31-20, something to that effect in that game. Next game up, Lions at the Saints. Saints 4-point home dog, total of 47 in this particular matchup. I'm going to simply, the Saints are not that good. I think everybody's trying to figure out Derek Carr is what Derek Carr was. It wasn't because the Raiders offense held him back. It was because of his limitations. He's not a great quarterback. As soon as the under 1.5 pass touchdowns becomes available on Derek Carr, I'm going to play that, but it was not available as of yet. So make sure you check the Google Sheets at the end of this episode because I guarantee you that'll be on there once available. But we'll get into what we got so far for the Lions and the Saints. We like David Montgomery over 13.5 rushing attempts. Lions over 25.5 team total, over 13.5 team total for the first half. Saints under 21.5 team total. And then St. Brown has been a monster on the road. So we're going to take Amon-Ra St. Brown over 7.5 receptions at plus money and then over 82.5 receiving yards. Jared Goff over 258.5 passing yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown anytime touchdown. And David Montgomery over 62.5 rush yards. So we like the Montgomery getting enough rush attempts and rush yards. And then obviously some scoring and throwing the ball around. I don't think the Saints defense is going to hold them under 400 plus. They're going to get 400 to 450 in the yardage department. We just think Montgomery's going to see quite a bit of that. If he runs the ball 15 times for 75 yards and then Jahmyr Gibbs gets his carries, they're right on schedule. So one more time in that Lions-Saints game, we're going to take the David Montgomery over 13.5 rush attempts. Lions over 13.5 team total first half. Lions over 25.5 team total for the game. Saints under the 21.5 team total. Amon-Ra St. Brown over 7.5 receptions, over 82.5 yards, and an anytime touchdown. Jared Goff over 258.5 passing yards. And then David Montgomery, like we mentioned, over 62.5 rush yards. Next game up, Cardinals Steelers. This line has moved. It was at 5. Now it's at 6.5. Total 41. Steelers favorite at home. I don't know if the Steelers can score enough points, but the Cardinals can't either. I think that Steelers defense is better than what they even faced last week against the Rams, and they couldn't score against them at home. So we'll give you this game. So T.J. Watt over 3/4 of a sack. Cardinals under 7.5 team total first half. Cardinals under 17.5 team total for the game. Then we like the under in the game as well. Under 7.5 total first quarter, under 20.5 total first half, and under 41.5 total for the game. Kenny Pickett over 195.5 passing yards. Ever since Matt Canada left, we saw last week, he can throw the ball for over 200 yards again. It's amazing. Pat Freiermuth is the reason as they're throwing the ball over the middle. So over 3.5 receptions and over 31.5 receiving yards. Then we also like Najee Harris over 13.5 rush attempts and Jaylen Warren over 11.5 rush attempts. The easiest way to beat the Cardinals is to run it at them and run it at them and run it at them and run it at them some more, which is going to eat up the clock, which should lead to an under, which will also lead to the Cardinals not scoring as much as the Steelers should hold the ball for the majority of the time. So once again in this Steelers-Cardinals game, T.J. Watt over 3/4 of a sack. Cardinals under 7.5 team total first half. Under 17.5 team total for the game. And then also the under for the game. Under 7.5 total for first quarter. Under 20.5 total first half. Under 41.5 total for the game. Kenny Pickett over 195.5 receiving or passing yards. Freiermuth over 3.5 receptions. Freiermuth over 31.5 yards receiving. Najee Harris over 13.5 rush attempts. Jaylen Warren over 11.5 rush attempts in that Steelers-Cardinals matchup. Next game up, Chargers-Patriots. Patriots 5.5 point home dog, 39 total. I just got a really bad feeling about this game that it's going to be a complete cluster. Therefore, we're probably going to... We might make a wager or two on the prop market-wise, but we're going to stay away from the total in this game altogether on that one. Next game up, Broncos-Texans. Texans 3-point home favorite against the Broncos, 47.5 total in this game. We do like just a couple player props in this matchup here, but Tank Dell over 4.5 receptions and Tank Dell anytime touchdown is what we like in this one. So one more time, Tank Dell over 4.5 receptions and Tank Dell anytime touchdown. We're not confident in a lot else in this particular matchup. Stroud's throwing the ball well, but this could be the week where maybe he struggles a little bit. The Broncos defense has played a lot better. Russell Wilson's been kind of a mystery somewhat. I don't think Javonte Williams is going to get his rush prop either. In fact, we might come back and play an under there on his rushing prop. But just the 2 on Tank Dell, as we think Tank Dell will continue to do what he does. Next game up, Falcons at the Jets. Jets 2-point home dog, 33.5 total. It's moved down. We did grab this at 34 when it was there. I don't think the half a point's going to make much difference. I think the game's in the 20s. So Falcons, Jets, under 6.5 total first quarter, under 16.5 total first half, and under 34 for the game. Desmond Ridder to throw a pick. What a shocker that bet we're making. Tim Boyle, under 30.5 yards longest completion. Tim Boyle, under 19.5 completions. But one of our favorite bets on this is Quincy Williams for the Jets, over 7.5 tackles plus assists at even money. And he's been averaging in the 8 to 9 ballpark. So one more time in this Falcons-Jets game. Falcons-Jets under 6.5 total first quarter, under 16.5 total first half, and under 34 for the game. Desmond Ridder, interception. Tim Boyle, under 30.5 yards longest completion, under 19.5 completions. And then Quincy Williams, not Quinnen, Quincy, over 7.5 tackles plus assists in that matchup there. That game should just be unwatchable. Colts, Titans, going to Tennessee. Tennessee, a 1-point home dog, 42.5 total in this particular matchup. Just a couple player props, I think, for us in this one, or a couple team props. So we're going to go with Michael Pittman, over 6.5 receptions. Michael Pittman over 67.5 receiving yards as Minshew finds him early and often. Matt Gay for the Colts over 1.5 field goals. Then we're also going to take Colts over 10.5 team total first half, and then over 21.5 team total for the game. So let me get you, we'll run through those one more time. Michael Pittman over 6.5 receptions. Michael Pittman over 67.5 receiving yards. Matt Gay over 1.5 field goals. Colts over 10.5 team total first half. Colts over 21.5 team total for the game. As we make we forgot to write first half in here. So we'll make that adjustment here. So you can read it on the Google Sheets, like I said, at the end of the episode. Make sure you do that. There's so many bets that we play a lot of action. So in order to keep up with everything, you got to look at the sheet. You'll never remember it all from a video, trust me. I do it every week and can't remember it all. Next game up, Panthers, Bucks. Bucks, a 4-point home favorite, 37 total. We currently do not have anything on this game. I will tell you, we probably will be adding something to this, so make sure you do check out the Google Sheet. But nothing kind of stuck out from the start. But there was a lot of player props to come and team props to come on that particular one. So we're not on that game currently, but we will be. Next game up, 49ers, Eagles. Eagles, 2.5 to 3-point home dog, 48 total, and everybody can't believe the Eagles are getting points at home. This is strictly situational. 10 days off for the 49ers, get a little bit of extra rest. The Eagles are going through the brutal part of their schedule with Chiefs, which they played a Monday night thriller, came back in that one. And then they played an overtime game against Buffalo that they came back in that one. I think the streak ends here. 49ers are the complete team, and I think they can put up points for all 4 quarters. So in this particular matchup here, we'll start off with a couple of player props. McCaffrey, under 17.5 rush attempts. Chase Young, over a quarter of a sack. Brandon Ayuk, over 59.5 receiving yards. Jalen Hurts to throw a pick. And then we do love the 49ers, minus 1.5 first quarter, minus 1.5 first half, and then we grabbed it at 2.5 for the game. We also like the 49ers over 24.5 team total. We also like the over in the game. 49ers Eagles over 7.5 total first quarter, over 23.5 total first half, over 47.5 for the game. So one more time, McCaffrey under 17.5 rush attempts. Chase Young over a quarter of a sack. Brandon Ayuk over 59.5 receiving yards. Jalen Hurts to throw a pick. 49ers minus 1.5 first quarter, minus 1.5 first half, and minus 2.5 for the game. 49ers over 24.5 team total for the game. And then we also like the overs, 7.5 total first quarter, 23.5 total first half, and 47.5 for the game. Like I said, that thing looks like it's moved up to 48, but there are probably still 47.5s out there. Next game up, Browns at the Rams. Rams 4-point favorite at home, 40.5 total. Flacco's going to start for the Browns. And the Rams already made an inept offense even more inept, and that's called the Cardinals, and that was last week. I think the thing is here, what you have to realize with the Browns, I know their defense is elite, but that defense is elite at home. They give up damn near 30 points a game on the road, and they give up like 5 a game at home. So we're hopping on the over on this particular one like we did last week, and that was an easy cash for us. So we're going to take the Browns and the Rams over 7.5 total first quarter, over 19.5 total first half, and over 39.5 for the game. We also like the Rams over 10.5 team total first half, and over 21.5 total for the game. And Aaron Donald over 3/4 of a sack, so he needs a full one. So one more time, this Browns-Rams game. Browns over 7.5 first quarter. Browns-Rams over 19.5 first half, and then over 39.5 total for the game. Rams over 10.5 team total first half, over 21.5 team total for the game, and Aaron Donald over 3/4 of a sack. Then we get to the Sunday night matchup. Chiefs at the Packers, Lambeau Field. Packers 6-point home dog. As you will notice this week, there are a ton of home dogs. So as the public absolutely destroyed the books last week because all the favorites won, it's kind of amazing how it always seems to happen that the following week is a bunch of home dogs. Nothing wrong with playing home dogs this week. This is the one game, though, where we think the Chiefs are going to come out. The offense started to click a little bit last week, and I think that's going to be the difference that they're going to need here. But we are going to take the Chiefs minus 1.5 first quarter, minus 3.5 first half, and minus 6 for the game. We like the Chiefs over the 12.5 team total first half, and over the 23.5 team total for the game. Rashee Rice over 44.5 receiving yards. Mahomes over 259.5 pass yards. And Jordan Love to throw an interception. And I guarantee you we're probably going to have a few more plays on this Chiefs game as well. So like I said, make sure you check the Google Sheet at the end of the episode to see all of our bets. So once one more time in that Chiefs game against the Packers. Chiefs minus 1.5 first quarter, minus 3.5 first half, minus 6 for the game. Over 12.5 team total first half for the Chiefs. Over 23.5 team total for the game. Rashee Rice over 44.5 receiving yards. Mahomes over 259.5 pass yards. Jordan Love to throw an interception. We will be back on Monday to give you the Monday night plays as well, and that Jacksonville and Cincinnati game. It's a damn shame that Burrow's out. We could have saw Burrow and Lawrence. That would have been a barn burner. Now we get to see that ugly quarterback of Jake Browning, who, we got confidence in him, but I don't know how you do. So anyway, like I mentioned a few times before in the episode, make sure at the end of it, you will see in the comment section a link to the Google Sheet. This will have all of our bets, what juice we got those at, how many units, and then what book we placed them at. So make sure you do check that out when you get some time. It's well worth it. That'll have all of our plays. Make life really simple for you as well. And then as always, if you can subscribe and get notifications to our YouTube channel, so when we drop our bets, you get those first. Makes life extremely simple, especially with notifications turned on. You'll get notified to your phone or device that Sports Bets for Free has dropped some bets. And then I'll give you plenty of time to match them up with your bets. And let's go give you that ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window to make some money. We do appreciate everybody's support as always. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.